G'day folks, it's Rob here. Just going to give you a bit of a quick roundup on what I've been up to in the back patch over the last week or two, and then give you a bit of a update on what's going on in general with our backyard and the YouTube channel. So just first off, give you a bit of a look at these converted veggie pods. These are the normal veggie pods, but I've turned them into a wicking bed and increased their little reservoir volume by a little bit. And obviously I can't have the tops on them and use the built-in sprayer irrigation, and that's one of the reasons why I've done a bit of a modification. They were jam-packed full of this broccoletti. I've pretty much pulled all of them out except for this one. We just, weren't really fond of the little shoots that came off of them, but the greens go fantastically well, just stir-fried up and popped into soup and that sort of thing. Got a little bit of a radishy kick to them, not much though, but I really enjoy them. I've had a supporter, Kate, g'day Kate, who said exactly the same thing. So we're going to give them a pass from now on, hence why I have a couple of spare patches in these veggie pods at the moment. The Chinese broccoli, we're pretty much all just letting go to seed at the moment. We've got a lot of other greens we're harvesting around the place. We are taking off the odd little spear as it comes up with the little broccoli heads. Things like that, and leaves, not a problem, using them in stir fries and whatnot, but yeah, we're just not growing them for the heads at this point in time. We're finding the bees, even though there's not many around at the moment, there's one buzzing around up there somewhere. They're really enjoying these flowers, so we thought we'd give them some fodder. Down here, the broccoli is going really well. We've harvested pretty much all the main heads except for some of the smaller shaded plants over the back. Now this section here, believe it or not, is actually a side shoot coming off the base of the stem from this one over here where we've already harvested the head. And there's another smaller side shoot, I say smaller but it's pretty large, coming through just there. So we're not going to get a massive head off it. I'd say it'll probably get a third bigger before we harvest it. But yeah, they are giving us a nice tidy second harvest. Just up on the second bed here, this is normally what I'm used to with the side shoot, just a small little head that comes out the side. You can see another small one probably down in there, and one up there I really should have harvested already. I think these guys were the De Cicero broccoli, and they're what we normally grow, and I started these from seed, so normally get a fairly decent sized head, then a fair few of these side shoots. Not a lot on this one at the moment, mainly because it was crowded out by the broccoletti and also the Chinese broccoli. Just down in these beds here, where I made a bit of space, I've popped in a basil here, sweet basil, and I think it's called a seaside daisy down the front, and I'm looking at sowing out some beetroot seeds here, and up the back here I've just popped another sweet basil and some Chinese red shallots. I've picked them out of a root pouch and just popped them in a few places around the patch. Once they're transplanted in, I just like to chop the greens back a bit, and there's still enough there for them to photosynthesize, and I'll put on some new leaves fairly quickly. And they're on a bit of an angle because I'm trying to get the bulbs to sit vertically, and these guys are on a bit of a lean in the pouch, so hopefully they'll straighten up nicely. But yeah, they should create loads of little side shoots, so we'll have loads of the red shallots. And yeah, along the front there I'll just do some more broccoli when the time comes. Got broccoli on the brain. Beetroot when the time comes. This is another De Cicero head that I've let go a little bit too far. I didn't notice him the other day, so that one needs to come off. And this is what I mean about the ones over the back not producing large heads. Very small head, and this is another main head down in here. So yeah, lesson learned, don't overcrowd the beds. Probably two in this position and that's it. And these third ones over the back will just, nip the heads off and the greens as we need them to throw into stir fry. So I was just editing and noticed a few things and thought I should just add this in for you folks who pick it up. There is a nutrient deficiency in the bed at the moment. You can tell by the purpling leaves. And that's pretty much all because this is a self-contained garden bed. I was responsible for putting the fertilizer in, overplanted it, and yeah, all these plants have pretty much all sucked all the nutrients dry. So the whole bed will get a liquid feed today, probably a fish emulsion based one. And these little white dots are the second thing. A lot of people would probably think they're powdery mildew. They actually aren't. It's the residue from the Bacillus thuringiensis, or the Nature's Way dipel. It's a bacterially based insecticide that only targets caterpillars, and that's why you'll probably notice we have very little, if any, holes and damage on our leaves here. So the caterpillars will eat the leaf, ingest some of that bacteria. It will multiply in its gut, and it will keel over in a day or two. So I just thought I'd add those two things in for the keen-eyed folks who spotted them. Underneath the broccoli, we have a load of beetroot. The ones up the back, like the broccoli up the back, haven't done much. But these ones down the front are putting on a bit of size. Those ones aren't, because I've already harvested the large one from there. There's a nice tidy one there that's ready to come out now. And another one or two that probably come out at the same time over there. They were an understory. I was hoping they'd be harvested first. We were picking the greens off to begin with. Not too many of them though. But yeah, we'll pull them out soon. I don't think they're really enjoying, as you can see by the growth there, all the shade that the broccoli are giving them. Just give you a bit of a spin around here. Still haven't harvested the black turmeric and a couple of batches of normal turmeric. And just to show you the ginger down the back, past our fruit and coffee. The ginger down here in the nice sort of protected zone is doing really well. I've actually pulled out a number of pieces already, large pieces, but under all this leaf mulch and fallen chilies, we have a load of nice root, and there's still some nice sections down here. And that was one ginger plant there and one over that side. I think I've harvested most of that side. That's the normal traditional ginger. And then I've got some of the Cambodian ginger down the front here, and some finger root, and a volunteer papaya that was started off from a seed dropped by a possum or a fruit bat that was eating a fruit off the mother plant. And yeah, these we call them a sunshine chili, don't know what they are exactly. They're doing really, really well. We've harvested a load off here as we need them, and as you can see, we've let them drop. Not worried about that, because it just means we're going to have loads of volunteers come through and I can transplant them out. And now this ginger bed, in the remodel, this ginger bed is actually going to stay here now. I need to come down and harvest all the ginger, and yeah, I'll do other clips on that. And this turmeric bed, it all needs to be harvested out, and I'll save some root for planting elsewhere, and it's actually going to turn into an asparagus bed. Now down the back we have a load of mess, because I still haven't made up a compost cage, and there's a whole load of old browns over there that have dried out, along with some Queensland arrowroot under there. So mulch it all up, throw it in the compost, and I've been saving some urea and ammonia in a bottle. Don't ask if you don't want to be grossed out. And I'll be using that to help add some nitrogen, just to kickstart the composting process. And of course I've got all these Chinese celtis to add in there as well. Just to show you the blueberries, these guys are flowering like crazy at the moment. They've been fed up with some extra potassium, so hopefully that's going to help the fruit set, and we'll end up with a nice harvest. The discoloration on the leaves is just due to the cold, as far as I can tell, because they've all been well fed. So I think it's just the chill hitting them around a bit. And over here, Danielle, if you're still with us, no, I still haven't pruned all of this blueberry back. I was meaning to do it today. It's on the jobby list, just didn't get round to it. The wicking beds, they're doing rather well, except for this one with some pea issues. They really don't like this bed, but as you can tell, the ones over here are doing really well. Now it's pretty much all the same soil blend in both of these beds, so I'm a bit confused as to what's going on, but I'm not too concerned, because we have a load of sugar snap peas there. They're the ones that you eat, the green pods and all. So every couple of days we're getting a decent meal off of them. They're doing okay. Around the front here we have a phone and a music box, but we also have a eggplant I transplanted from out the front. Not doing too well, as you can see. The weather's a little bit chilly here at the moment. We dipped below freezing last night, so that's knocking it around a bit. And the other wicking beds are doing really well. I was going to call that Swiss chard. The rainbow chard is getting a little bit of botrytis. That's basically a little fungal issue. I really do need to come down and spray them all with a little bit of an antifungal spray. You can use potassium bicarbonate. Potassium silicate's another one that I got to trial as well. This bed here is some more broccoli, and this head here will be coming off tonight. And also we had a couple of purple Vienna kohlrabis here already been harvested. One was turned into a coleslaw, and the other one was turned into roasted sections. Both tasted very nice. And today I planted out a couple of small cauliflower in there, though didn't want to separate them and damage the roots too much. So hopefully at least one of them will do okay. And I've popped a calendula down there and some psyllium down here, and I've just got a battery warning, so I might have to change phones, folks. There we go, this one's got a bit more battery. Over here I've moved the two zucchini barrels that were sitting under a trellis there. They're the two at the front. I've removed the zucchinis, they just weren't doing too crash hot. Still got my garlic starts in there, volunteer warrigal green. Oh, they're just the really small garlic cloves, by the way. I was just growing them for onion greens. They didn't do too well with the zucchini in there. Hopefully they'll start to pick up now. and I popped a couple of very small cauliflower from the punnet I planted out just in there, just to see how they go. Over in this barrel here, and a new barrel I've set up over here, I've planted 4 beans and a marigold in the center. And under this cloth here, I have some carrot starts in, well, just carrot seeds I should say. I just sowed an arc, a couple of arcs in there, and then once they germinate, and probably get about 1.5 inches or 40 mil high, I'll sow some other seeds down the front there, closer to where the sun's crossing the sky at the moment, and yeah, hopefully get a successive harvest from there. Let's cover them up. Couple new beds. I've started this one off today actually. I finished it off. It's just a 500 litre pond, and yeah, pretty much well wicked up the same way as I've done the others. The only difference is I've done 2 layers of the ag pipe, slotted ag pipe in the base in the reservoir. So the reservoir is round about 8 inches or 200 mils deep, and then just a sand core in the center. And after the sand was in, I filled up the bed with some soil that I'd saved in a pile from the turmeric beds we removed down the back, and also some potting mix and some purchased compost just to give it a bit of a feed. Now, for you keen-eyed folks out there, you'll probably notice that I neglected to add a fill tube. So after I realized my mistake, I had to dig out part of the soil and then install one through the double layer of slotted ag pipe using the trusted gardening knife. Yeah, so just had a bit on my mind today, but yeah, it all worked out in the end. And I planted it out mainly with cauliflower, but we also have some marigold here, down in there, a psyllium there, and a seaside daisy there. And I've also started off 2 more wicking beds. These guys over here, these came from beds from out the front. And in this one here, I planted this one out today. We have some chives, normal chives, and then some psyllium. Just the reason I'm planting flowering plants around, if you folks don't know, is basically it brings in the beneficial insects, lacewings and things like that, and bees and whatnot. Down here, might be a bit hard to see, but I've got some more of those Chinese red shallots, and yes, some are laying over because like I said, I'm trying to get them to grow vertically. And if I didn't mention before too, the reason they're all being cut back is just to alleviate some of the transplant shock. And across the back here we have a borage, a cauliflower, and some calendula in the corner. This bed here has another trellis fixed to it. It's actually a taller trellis, so it should yeah, allow the peas, as you can probably see over here, they've already hit the shade cloth over the top there. It should allow them to grow a lot taller. And down in the base, I've planted out a series of more honey snap pea seeds. We have some more psyllium up the back there, a borage, I forget the name of that basil, but it's supposed to do better through winter, even though it doesn't have a real full-on flavour. So I've planted that there. It's a bit of a perennial apparently. Another cauliflower, a sweet basil, some more seaside daisies, and just along the back here where the mulch is a little bit sparse, I've sowed a row of Karuta carrots. And again, like the other barrel, once they get around about 40 mil high, I will sow another row, and then down the front here again, I will sow another row down the front. So yeah, just trying to get that successive growing in. So yeah, I've been a little bit busy on and off. I've been actually spending a lot of time answering questions that people send me through PMs on Facebook and emails. I'll actually swap this camera around, hey? There you go, that looks better with the lens cleaned. Yeah, so just a bit of a catch up on what's going on. I've just been pretty flat out over the last couple of weeks, just catching up on emails and PMs people are sending me through Facebook asking for help. It's pretty much all got to the point where, yeah, I don't have enough time to do stuff like garden work. I'm one of these people, Bianca keeps getting at me. She says I'm too nice. If someone asks a question, I try to get to them. And I know there's loads of you folks I've never got to answering questions through emails because they haven't landed in the right account, and I ignore certain accounts. So yeah, I'm very sorry folks. I can't keep helping everyone on the side and not being able to do what I need to do here. Just have to change arms here. So yeah, it's just one of those things. I'm a one-man show and I can't keep helping everyone try to earn an income through the little store, posting, you know, fresh content all the time, because you folks seem to like the ones that take a couple of days to edit. And yeah, I can't keep on top of it all at the moment, so I need to take a little bit of a break, mainly from Facebook, and I'm going to actually have a couple of weeks off YouTube as well. So this will be the last video. for a couple of weeks. I'm not crying poor me, by the way. I just need a break so I can freshen myself up and come back and help you guys a little bit better. Hopefully come back with some more educational clips, because I know a lot of you folks don't like these little garden walk around clips. You want to learn all about aquaponics and wicking beds and that sort of thing. So hopefully those clips will be on the way. But for you folks who are supporting us through the YouTube membership platform and also the Farm Your Own Yard membership page, I will still be posting content for you folks. I really do enjoy, you know, helping you folks out, and you guys help me out as well, so I really do appreciate that. So I will be continuing to help there, but I will pretty much will leave it there, folks. I'll stop prattling on. Thank you very much for the support, you know, just by coming along and thumbing up the clips and sharing them around if they're helpful to your family and friends, and leaving your comments down below. I really do appreciate that. And also you folks on the YouTube membership program and also the Farm Your Own Yard page. But I'm going to leave it there because I'm buggered and I still need to water these guys and do some stuff with the aquaponics. Do hope you're all well and happy, and I will catch you folks all in a couple of weeks' time. Cheers all. Take it easy.